Good evening. And for those of you who, and you don't know on YouTube how long people have been here, but for everybody else, you guys get 5 extra bonus points, all of you. I'm Barbara Scharf-Zeldes. I am the Democratic candidate for Probate Court 2 of Bexar County, Texas. I am also known as Barbie. All my friends call me Barbie, and I would expect you all to do the same. I want to thank you, first of all, for having us here this evening, and certainly again for staying here this long to listen to everybody. And of course, I respectfully ask for your endorsement and your vote. But let me tell you a little bit about myself. Excuse me. I have been serving as in-house counsel for the Fire and Police of San Antonio for 16 plus years, and working primarily in the areas of probate and family law. And people think, well, family law, what does that have to do with probate? Probate court is just another type of family court. It is a court that deals with the estates of those who've passed away. It deals with guardianships of those who are incapacitated. It also addresses the mental health docket, which is out at the state hospital. It has jurisdiction over that. And you may have also heard about eminent domain, which sometimes comes into that court. And what amazes me is there are attorneys who've been practicing for 30 years who are surprised to hear that eminent domain actually falls in that court. How is it going to touch you? And of course, they save one of the sexiest courts for last. It's going to touch you whether you like it or not. Your mother is going to become ill, and you have to make decisions for her, and you don't have a power of attorney. And so you have to go get a guardianship so that you can get decisions made for her. Your grandfather's going to pass away, and you need to take his will to the probate court, and you need to probate it so you're authorized to act on behalf of his estate. Your aunt has been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, and you need to address her commitment hearing because she's a harm to herself and a harm to those around her. And then, of course, eminent domain, let's just say the state of Texas has decided that your backyard is now the freeway. Probably not what you really wanted or had anticipated when you bought that house, and so you might have to address that in court. And so that affects you at every age. You don't have to be little, like an orphan child who needs a guardianship because mom and dad are dead. You don't have to be, as my father likes to say, an old fart who needs someone to take care of him because he can't make decisions for himself. It can be any of you, and it's 6 degrees of separation. And it's the one court I can promise you, of all the courts you've heard about tonight, you will have some contact with. And so it will touch you. And I can tell you that in all the years that I've been working with the fire police, I've been working with those widows of officers killed in the line of duty. I have seen how these children have had no father or no mother, and we've been doing accountings for 16 years because mom is now in charge of their estate, the money that they received, and they're not going to be able to have that parent anymore, and having to probate that estate. And that's the type of stuff that would be so easily taken care of if we could just get those wills in place, if we could just put those powers of attorney in place. Darn it would be so easy to make our lives easier by doing a couple of documents. And those are the important things I think that I can bring to this court, along with having somebody there who, darn it, just wants to do the job. So I ask you for your vote, I ask you for your endorsement, and I thank you so much for your time this evening.